Hi everybody, it's Dr. Orna Izakson. Happy January. I'm back from my trip and in my garden. I've been sick for the last couple of days, and one of my big allies when I'm sick is this plant right here, which I want to talk to you about. And it's also part of my origin story of becoming an herbalist and a naturopath. So I don't know how well you can see this. You should be able to see it pretty well. But this is thyme. Thyme, so your regular garden thyme, the stuff that you're used to in salad dressings. And it is such a power plant. It grows really easily. It can make almost like a lawn in your yard. It's in the mint family, so super easy to grow. As much as I love plants, I often neglect them, so this one does pretty well even without a lot of attention from me. But I wanted to tell you also a little bit about my origin story, because becoming a doctor was not ever on my path, or was never in my mind. It wasn't something I ever really wanted to do. As many of you may know, I was a journalist in my previous career, and my focus was on environmental journalism. So I was talking about ecosystems, big picture stuff, forests, fisheries, climate change, stuff like that. And I was living in Eugene, and I got really sick. Excuse me, I'm still a little sick. And a little bit further back, I studied film in college. And after college, I went to LA to try to work in the film industry, and I ended up getting really sick there. And ended up in the hospital with asthma. And I was told that every time I got a cold or a flu for the rest of my life, I would need to be on steroids. And the first time I got the flu after that, I dutifully went on steroids, and my doctor went on vacation and his replacement went on vacation, and I couldn't figure out how to get off them. And the person I spoke with at the second doctor's office said, just stop. And so I did. It was a low dose. And I had menopause symptoms at 25, like full-on hot flashes, skipping my period for the first time since I started menstruating. It's like, I don't think I really want to keep doing that. And so all of my time in journalism school and becoming a journalist, I was doing this side track of trying to figure out how to never need steroids again and not end up in the hospital again. Because every time I got a cold or a flu, it would go down into my lungs. So cut to 2000, 2001, sometime in there. I was living in Eugene. I was working at a paper there. And I got sick, and it started to go down into my lungs, and I got scared. And it was that feeling of, this is serious, and I probably need to go to the hospital and at least get on steroids, if not end up back in the hospital. And my neighbor who lived down the street from me was an herbalist, and she had given me some things that were sort of maybe kind of helping. And finally she said, you should talk to my teacher. And so I talked to her teacher, and her teacher added 2 different herbs to my friend's protocol, and one of them was this guy. So I went out into my yard and I picked some thyme, and what she told me to do was to cut it and put it in a bowl and pour boiling water over it and breathe the steam in. So have the bowl and then put a towel over my head and breathe in the steam under this tent of the towel, using the thyme in the bowl with the hot water. And I did that, and I did the one other herb she recommended in addition to what my friend had recommended. And within 24 hours, I no longer felt like I needed to go into the hospital. It may have been less than that, but this is a long time ago, so I don't completely remember exactly what the timeline was. Anyway, ever since then, thyme has been in my garden, it's been in my kitchen, and it's something that I recommend to everyone who has any kind of lung stuff. And I just want to add, I have a cousin who, like family, doesn't do anything I say. And I told him about the steaming with thyme, and he started doing it when he would get sick, and his whole family does it. And now they say that when they feel anything coming on, they automatically steam with thyme, and it nips everything right in the bud. So this is a great medicine for the lungs, for the sinuses, for the mucous membranes. There's a reason we put it in salad dressings, because it helps us digest, and it helps I told you I was sick. It helps protect against the pathogens that might be in our food. And it's delicious. So this is one of my favorites, and this herb is in large part responsible for how I ended up becoming an herbalist and a naturopath. In that moment when I picked it in my yard and put it in that bowl, I had the epiphany that medicine isn't just something that comes from the doctor's office. When you're sick, it's not just about calling and saying, what drug do I take? You can have this in your yard and you can take care of yourself and your family with something as simple as thyme. So I hope that if you have a garden or a windowsill, you will consider growing some. And if you have a kitchen or any ability to cook for yourself, you will have some dried in your spice rack. And I hope that you will get a chance. I hope you don't need a chance to use this for anything besides delicious food. But if you do get sick and you need it, I hope that you will try this and let me know how it goes. So thanks very much. In the link below, there should be something to hook you up with my my winter wellness toolkit. I hope you'll sign up for that. And I look forward to seeing you, and may we all be healthy for the winter. Bye.